When a soldier is motivated, a nation is protected. That's the driving force behind the Nigerian Army today, under the leadership of the present Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede. At the heart of this transformation is a pillar of his command philosophy, the Soldier First mantra. The Chief of Army Staff leadership concept put the welfare, morale, and readiness of soldiers above everything else, and it has been backed by action with the Ration Cash Allowance, RCA, and the COAS intervention funds, which are targeted at frontline operations, welfare facilities, medical upgrades, and community support projects. To truly assess its implementation, Security Watch Africa's team traveled to Operation Hadinkai, the center of Nigeria's counter-insurgency operations in the northeast, in Maiduguri, Borno State. The assessment tour began with a visit to frontline locations, where our team was given free access to interact with soldiers and their commanding officers. At the Forward Operating Base FOB in Molai, we met the team deployed for operations and spoke with some soldiers and a police officer who is part of the Joint Task Force.
It's my 7 months in this place. I've been to other locations. And by God's grace, I can stand to say that I have a lot. I learned a lot in this place through the command, and I experienced a lot. I could see that if you can see that the soldiers here have a high morale because of they have joy and they are ready to work and ready to fight to the end. Because all what we need, we have it. We have the best quality of food in the whole of this northeast, which you can confirm from any other locations. And I want to thank the Chief of Army Staff by digesting his philanthropic mind to the soldiers by welfare. Because in this place, we have the best, maybe, medical so far, in which nobody here is referred out in case of any incapacity. And again, the whole of this northeast, sir, I can assure you that this very location, we have the best communication equipment provided by the commander standing here. He uses his time because he knows what it takes, and he wants all his men to be secured. We have the best network in this place by communication in time of command.
Really appreciate the front-based operation. A lot of things that our CEO have been doing a lot to us. People they have said well because we have nothing to even regret with our CEO. He done a lot to us. In aspect of the operation, we are having good relationship with the communities. But in aspect of our Chief of Army Staff, we really appreciate him a lot because he has been doing a lot to us. In aspect of feeding, they added feeding money to us, and a lot of things changed. But we are still appealing to him. We are begging him, in respect of operation allowances. Many people like we now, the things we are complaining. We need them put more effort. Let them help us as they add more feeding allowance. Let him look into our own operation allowance too, so that let the thing complement. So we really appreciate him. So we know that the thing is not by his own power. It's from authority there. But let him follow it up to us, so that let people appreciate. We too will appreciate the operation allowance. If he can do it for us, the troops will be very, very happy, sir.
Their feeding is okay because I'm here since 2021. The feeding that our commander is giving us, in the morning we are taking coca hook. We are taking some milk and the bread and the egg. Every week they are clean cow for us for this place. And again, we are taking soft drinks and the plantain. We know all this location for just know this. There is no any place that they are frying plantain. It is only this place that when I came, I see, yes, this is our commander. When this our commander came, I don't know why, I don't know the place that is bringing the plantain. I know say they all know this nuts. There is no any place that we have plantain here. I believe that bringing this plantain for east, and again make sure that every sometimes when you go to our kitchen, you go see how they are frying this plantain, giving every soldier cocoa. We are drinking cocoa. We are drinking tea every blessing morning.
My experience so far in the other 2 places, I'm working under the best CEO I can see so far. Because when you are talking of operation, the welfare of personnel is much important. Then secondly, we talk about the synergy. What is the synergy? Me coming from another sister agency. You know, the CEO have created a kind of a very good cooperation with the policemen here. And I can evidently say not only the policemen, it make the synergy generally make the operation very easy for us.
These are some of our hunters deployed ahead of us in Dalwa, though we have soldiers with big AA vehicles attached to them. We give them support, and sometimes they give us guide on how to charge through the bushes. So our relationship with them is very cordial, and we work hand in hand with them. Where they are building the 500 estates, they are the one deployed there, and we have our men too attached to that area. Then ahead of them, we have our ambush team there in Dalwadia.
Ga yanda sojoji suka kama mana baya muna aiki a wannan hanyar garkuwa daga FOB Malai. Mun yi godiya sosai. Garajin komanda ba mutum karamin mutum bane. Yana kokari iya gurgudansa. Kuma kowanne wannan lokacin namu ba dare ba rana yana zagaya mu. Mun ji dadi yin aikin nashi.
From Mulai, the team moved to 195 Battalion in Mona. Some soldiers and their commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Shuaibu Yusuf, spoke on the Chief of Army Staff gesture in making their work easier.
So I've been here in this theater over 3 years ago now. And ever since I've been here, I thank God for life and the commander of the unit. So in terms of our feeding, ever since he came to this unit, we have been well feeding. So, and the feed is increased. And we also thank Chief of Army Staff for improve of our allowance of soldiers.
From the theater commander down to the GOC, the garrison commander down to the commanding officers. Operationally, the commanding officer has never sent us to go for any operation without him going with us. He will be the one to lead and will follow.
Next point of call was Ijimtilo, where the commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Farouk Adelana, led our team to some of their critical locations, and we interacted with some soldiers and the commanding officer.
We are here to act as the blocking force in case of any pocket enemy crossing by to enter the village or the town. And we are also here sometimes to support the farmers. As you can see, this is the rainy season time. So without us being here, the farmers cannot be able to cultivate anything for the meantime. It's a great opportunity for me to thank the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Defense, and also my CEO here. He has been doing a wonderful job.
We thank the Chief of Army Staff for his support and for the welfare that is given to us. In fact, we also thank the commanding officer of 33, the Lieutenant Colonel F.B. Adelana, for his support and his welfare upon the soldier of 33, sir.
With the effort we have put on in aspect of patrol, we normally do day patrol and night patrol. Likewise, we go on ambush. All those efforts we have put in place really help us on this ground, and the terrorists have not gained that strength to penetrate into the Maiduguri town.
Our primary role here is to provide fire support for maneuver and maneuver units and maneuver formation. In terms of the artillery, we have our artillery platform here. That is why we made it that this is the main point where the artillery assets are supposed to be, since it's an artillery regiment. The secondary role of this deployment here, I also have my troops ahead of us, about a kilometer ahead. The soldiers are there to man block. We are acting as a blocking force to deny the terrorists from infiltrating into Maiduguri metropolis. I want to use this opportunity once again to appreciate the Chief of Army Staff for providing an enabling environment for us. Why I said an enabling environment, he has provided us with sound administration. And one of his key tintilage of his command philosophy is sound administration, and which is what I'm also doing here. I want to appreciate the COAS for his COAS intervention. Sir, with your COAS intervention, sir, this has really assisted me in this unit. As regards the food of my men and their operational vehicles and other admin issue has all been solved. Once again, I want to appreciate the COAS for his effort so far, and we will continue to do our best until we finish this operation.
The visits continued to Chabol and Tungushe, where the soldiers were full of appreciation for the Chief of Army Staff, and the commanding officer spoke on the impact of the Chief of Army Staff intervention funds.
I want to use this medium to appreciate our COAS, which Major Lieutenant General O.O. Oleide, and also to thank Mr. President, to thank Mr. CDS for the general support given to us here in the theater.
We're in positional defense. I think all the activities in defense here have been carrying out. We go for ambushes, we go for patrols, we keep our surrounding clean. Every other thing has been provided for us. We don't like anything in this FOB.
At each of the communities visited, the people and their leaders were so appreciative of the Nigerian army.
We are so happy, and always we are here. I know nobody say we are perfect, but Nigerian army, we don't know how to tell themselves. We are so happy to Nigerian army. They are doing many things for us here.
We are not even seeing any suicide bomber here in Mona. More than some decades, almost I can say more than 2 to 3 years now, because of the existence of 195. So we are just happy with what is going on now.
Lafiya mu kalau muna zuwa gona muna aikin suna duba kanmu ba masala yanzu ba komai. Sojoji suna taimaka mana suna duba kanmu muna zuwa gonan mu muna aikin mu ba masala ba problem.
Saboda akwai kariya sosai an ba mu kariya. Alhamdulillah da yanzu daban ne, kuma fata mu Allah ya kara mana, kuma sojoji alhamdulillah guard commandant da suke zaune a wannan tangon nan daga tango 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 duk muna alaka da su. Wancan ba yankin mu bane, ba boundary mu bane, amma wayannan alhamdulillah mun gode musu. Daga tango na riga muku wannan tango 4 yana da number su, tango 5 akwai, har wayannan alhamdulillah duk lokacin da wani abu ya zo chairman civilian JTF yana kiran su, muna cudanya da su, mun gode musu. Allah ya kara mana lafiya. Tsakanin mu da su wani abu bai taba fara haduwa ba, saboda har intelligent na mai malari barak muna tare da su. Daga nan har akwai lokacin da muna zuwa notice joint task force notice muna zuwa 33 barak muna zuwa, duk wani abubuwan da yana tafiya alhamdulillah mun gode Allah. Allah ya kara mana lafiya, kuma sojoji su kara mana kokari. Amma akwai challenge guda daya wanda nake so na gaya muku, daga tango 10 anan tsakanin zuwa 215 akwai gap. Inda hali muna so a kara mana space din ya zama gap din a samu mana tango guda daya, a samu a yi magana da 33 barak 215 sai a samu a san yadda za, saboda tsakanin su akwai gap daga tango 10 zuwa can din. Shine korafin mu. So kina gashi na muna ta zuwa gona, muna zuwa mu je mu dawo, da inda ba a noma ma yanzu mun dan kara muna noma.
The General Officer Commanding 7th Division of the Nigerian Army and Commander Sector 1 of Operation Hadinkai, Brigadier General Ogochukwu Onachukwu, spoke on the security situation in his AOR and the impact of Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede's leadership.
7th Division area is relatively stable. It's not free of events, but we have more positives than negatives. And so the momentum that the enemies of the state gained has been broken. Yes, the division has been able to wrestle the initiative from the enemy. They said that they were coming to celebrate Big Salah inside Maiduguri. That didn't happen. Yes, and we were able to halt that momentum they were building then. What have changed? First, the ration cash allowance for the soldier, for feeding of troops, was improved from 1,500 per day to 3,000 per day, 100% increment. Then, to go further to ensure that that improvement is reflected on the ground, Army headquarters came up with basic feeding menu. That's the best minimum, which, even if it is stick to, it is very good way of taking care of the soldiers. But in 7th Division, we pushed ahead of the best feeding menu. We have added more to what is supposed to be the basic. So because we take that best feeding menu as the foundation, we have built on it.
I thank the Chief of Defense Staff and the Chief of Army Staff who seriously support us in this operation. And in terms of feeding, the feeding of troops are all taken care of by the authority. Soldiers have been fed well, and even the medical care, there's no issue about it. And by God's grace, we are assuring the international organizations and communities that this thing will soon come to an end.
Our welfare is going normal. Our passes, everything is going right. And in terms of a counter of insurgency, everything is in position with the help of Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musakwaben, and the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General O.O. Olayede. We are saying thank you for the support that is rendered to us in counter of this insurgency.
Knowing how passionate our chief is about taking care of the troops, especially the soldiers, under this soldier first principle. So we have prioritized troops administration.
To find out the view of the Borno state government on the performance of the Nigerian army troops in the state and the relationship with the communities, our team visited the Commissioner of Information and Internal Security Borno State, Professor Usman Tar, and he spoke glaringly on the impact of the Nigerian army in providing security for the state and how the Borno people are so appreciative.
Security situation in Borno State has been improving progressively, even though from time to time the insurgents carry out daring attacks that tend to downplay the successes of the armed forces. But those of us on the ground, those of us working directly with the communities and with the armed forces, know that the security situation has improved. The Operation Hadinkai has done its level best in order to defeat the enemy. But like all insurgencies, they tend to look for loopholes and gaps where they attack. And that has been what is happening. But we deeply appreciate the armed forces for all that they are doing. And we put it on record without fear of equivocation that the security situation in the state is improving progressively over time. And let me particularly stress the tenure of the current Chief of Army Staff, General Olayede. Since he came to power, he has visited the Northeast Theatre of Operation several times. He has even held a Chief of Army Staff conference here. And he has made bold statements with regards to how the soldiers should go and the officers should go about dealing with our common enemies. And those policies have started yielding dividends. But like all policies, it takes time. And the armed forces, they don't talk too much. They don't reveal their battle secrets, which is very, very understandable. We too, we support that. We don't reveal order of battle and battle plans to the, to the society. But we do discuss them in the State Security Council meetings, and we are on course, and we appreciate the chief for all that he has been doing in order to improve our battle success.
The man who is directly in charge of security in the northeast of Nigeria as the theater commander, Joint Task Force Operation Hadinkai, Major Jan Abdusalam Abubakar, gave a detailed breakdown of security situation in the theater, the welfare of the troops, and the Chief of Army Staff Intervention Fund.
The security situation in the northeast has remained relatively calm, despite the occasional isolated incidents that we've had in recent times. So while we continue to have pockets of unrest and targeted attacks, they have always been contained by our gallant troops. Attacks recently recorded include mostly armed drone attacks by the terrorists, IED incidents, attacks on isolated communities and IDP camps, as well as kidnap incidents, amongst others. But troops, in conjunction with other security agencies across the theater, are actively addressing these challenges, maintaining a vigilant posture and responding swiftly to the threats as they emerge. For Operation Hadinkai, to enhance the performance of officers and soldiers in the Nigerian Army, the Chief of Army Staff initiated the Soldier First concept. Now, this philosophy is being implemented for us here through prioritizing sound administration, enhanced welfare, reward system, equipment support, in-theater training, as well as looking into the well-being of the troops. These are all part of the command philosophy of the Chief of Army Staff. For instance, our soldiers in the theater here are now better equipped to carry out their missions, and the Chief of Army Staff has also injected new platforms into the theater with several other novel ideas which were hitherto not here. For instance, the Nigerian Army remotely piloted aircraft system was just inducted into theater with quite some very good platforms to deliver heavy payload. So you also discover that our soldiers now undergo more realistic in-theater training in addition to the enhanced welfare support. Additionally, we now have the Chief of Army Staff Intervention Fund to commanders at all levels, which is given to them periodically. Now, more accommodation too is being built in the barracks by the theater through Army Headquarters intervention. Troops' ration cash allowance was recently enhanced by 100%, and the theater is impressing on all the sectors to ensure the judicious utilization of this fund. For the reward system, the Chief of Army Staff is now granting automatic promotion to soldiers who distinguish themselves in battle. We have done that for soldiers that distinguish themselves in Malam Fatori, in Kanama, Damasak, as well as the last incident in Kareto and also Dambua. Furthermore, the theater now conducts routine visits to all troops locations, directly engaging with the soldiers to identify their problems and resolve them quickly. So this hands-on approach ensures that the soldiers' needs are met, fostering a positive and productive environment.
Take COAS philosophy to be a directive. It is a very clear directive that has prompted or compelled the commanders at all levels to place the need of soldiers and their family first. And that is why in his philosophy, he talked about the soldier being combat ready and well motivated.
That in the operation Hadinkai Northeast, we recorded immense reward from the COAS, such as gallantry or exemplary performance by our troops. The COAS, in his magnanimity, promoted those soldiers that perform gallantry in the face of the adversary. This laudable reward has encouraged other soldiers to be more active in other operations.
I'm here to thank
the COAS in person of Lieutenant General O.O. Oluyede. I want to thank him for what he has been doing and what he will continue to do. I want to thank him for more especially the leave and passes that has been going on in the Nigerian Army, that which he has given us the opportunity to benefit. And I want to thank him for the welfare flights that soldiers have been benefiting from Maiduguri to Lagos and to Abuja. It's not easy. Soldiers have been benefiting, so I say thank him for that privilege that he has given unto us to achieve that privilege.
Our team is at the popular and ever-busy GSM village in Maiduguri, where we sought to find out the feels of the people on the street about the security situation in the state and the performance of the troops.
Before we cannot stay even at home, but now we are coming, we are doing our business. We go back to house, so we happy and very thank you for that.
Nigerian Army, then they work well. And again, some people for Maiduguri that they give them maximum cooperation with the Nigerian Army. Nigerian Army then they try.
Dan saboda majority zaman lafiya da muka samu a Maiduguri, da mu da sojoji ne muka samu wannan haɗin kai. Su suka ba mu wannan haɗin kai. Daga lokacin da muka dau gora, suka ba mu haɗin kai. In mun ga mutum mara gaskiya muna nuna musu. In sun kalli mutum mara gaskiya already ba sa iya gane, amma suna tambayar mu. Wannan cewa iya da gaskiya ko baya da shi zamu duba mu kalla, in yana da gaskiya zamu ga musu. In baya da gaskiya mu mun sani. Kuma sannan sojoji suna bakin kokarin su inda a Maiduguri ne.
Ce sai dai mu ce alhamdulillah tsakaninmu da muke da security sojoji ba mu da matsala da su. Wani lokaci ma su suke dan bamu bako wani sabuwan da zamu yi wanda ba kyau ba su suke cewa kalmi kaza mu yi haka za mu samu hanyar fita. Wanda ba cin kasuwa ma yau ana cin kasuwa. So ka sabu abu ne yake faruwa wani lokacin zai faru ba a sani ba.
Ga sojoji ma suna kokari sosai. Aikin su yana kyau, muna musu fatan alkhairi. Ubangiji Allah ya tsare.
It is obvious that Lieutenant General Oluyede's initiative of Soldier First mantra is well received by the Nigerian Army troops in Operation Hadinkai, as that has helped to motivate and improve the performance of the personnel. Elizabeth Thanko reporting for Security Watch Africa.